Happy greetings to all. We are very happy to invite all our brothers and sisters, our seekers, to this Heartfulness community channel through which we are able to communicate the teachings of the elders of the Heartfulness Institute, the great masters of the Heartfulness Institute. And this way we are able to understand and together the nuances, little details of these great teachings so we all together understand and hopefully practice them. Because as we practice them, we discover ourselves. We have that true self realization when we actually have the knowledge first and then support the knowledge with practice, the sadhana. And this sadhana, the practice, should lead us towards this transformation that the great masters are looking for. That is why they're working so hard. Are the masters born on this earth to just build some buildings? What is the purpose of a meditation hall or a temple or a church or anything? They're useful. They need to be utilized for the purpose, the right purpose that they came for. So, what is the purpose of the meditation centers or the ashrams that the great elders are creating? So, those places are charged with the pranahuti emanating from the living guide, the living master of the heartfulness tradition. So people like us, when we go there, it is conducive where our thought can flow towards that state of the ultimate. Because the nature of the thought is because it is coming down. So that is why we tend to think negative all the time. And that flow of that thought is what the living guide diverts it towards the soul, changing its direction towards divinity itself. Otherwise, human beings don't even think of divine or peace or anything. We are so caught up in our own negative um, individual webs. And that is why Babaji Maharaj keeps saying that we have to destroy our individual creation, break this individual network or web like a spider's web. We have to break our own network. Thereby, we can go towards that ultimate state of absolute balance. So, what are these networks that we create? We are complex beings. We are not truthful. We don't have the knowledge and understanding of the origin. If you don't remember your mother, you will never know who your siblings are. That is why, if you notice, even if they are stepchildren, when they are from the same mother, they have an unknown bond and they protect each other. So, this bond of the children is the brotherhood. As time goes away, we may have animosity or we may be separated from each other, but that the bond never breaks. You are always children of that mother. So, also, we are all from that center, and because of that, we are all brothers and sisters, and we need to remind ourselves of that. We may differ from each other, we may have difference of opinions, but the moment there is hatred, revengeful nature, selfishness, and greed, we separate ourselves from our brothers and sisters. So that is why we practice. That is why in the 10 Maxims, Babaji Maharaj gives these clues, these ideas. He gives these techniques where each individual can make efforts to bring this transformation inside themselves, where they get rid of these weaknesses of greed and selfishness, jealousy, revengeful nature. That's why all the techniques are given, all the cleansing techniques are given. And then we train our mind. We have to train this mind that is misdirected and direct it towards the right goal, which is love in the heart, the light in the heart. Thereby, we become those beings of love and light by training the mind to come into that silence. And as we dive into that silence day after day after day, as we arrive at that states of samadhi or absolute balance, this impression starts to melt away in that silence, in the place of when there is light, there is no more darkness. When you turn the light on, darkness is gone. When we are able to arrive at that stillness and silence in the heart, impressions melt away. That is how we can get rid of the karma. That is why meditation is a necessity. And the first step is knowing, knowledge of what we need to do if we are imparted, even though we struggle with our weaknesses, when we are not able to be truthful, when we are not able to be simple, when our heart knows the knowledge, it keeps prompting, this is not right, this is not right. Move towards the positiveness. So, that is what our aim is, by practice, by imbibing and knowing and understanding the teachings of the great elders. And today we want to explore on this topic of brotherhood, know what brotherhood means, and then hoping that we all can imbibe this quality of brotherhood. We have to truly understand. A lot of times when we say brotherhood, we think that, oh, we should always say yes, we should let other people abuse us. That is not what brotherhood is. Brotherhood is when there is no feeling of negativity, revenge, hatred in our heart, in spite of whatever they do. Even though you are stern, you still love. That is what a mother does. The mother is stern with her children. Sometimes she may spank, sometimes she may yell, but in spite of all that, there is love that never shakes. When it comes to her children, the mother is like a courageous tigress. She will protect her under all circumstances. So, also, whatever happens, we may disagree, we may not agree, we may argue, we may feel like we are separate, but yet inside our heart, this knowledge, this understanding, this feeling of love should not shake. And that is where Babaji is trying to take us today with this concept of his first word says, know all people as thy brethren and treat them as such. Treat everybody as brothers and sisters. So let me share my screen and we can understand this. Today's maxim, the sixth maxim that we're going to understand, is about brotherhood. Babaji Maharaj says, brotherhood is unity. He says, know all people as thy brethren and treat them as such. And revered Daji says, know everyone as one, treating them equally and harmoniously. Daji is very fond of this concept of harmony. When there is peace and harmony inside us, he says we spread that around us to our family. And when that harmony is inside you and peace is inside you, actually this feeling of brotherhood automatically manifests because you are a peaceful being. You are then just an observer of everyone. There is no hatred in you. So, nobility. To understand and have this quality of brotherhood, human beings need to acquire this quality of nobility. And what is this nobility? Babaji Maharaj says, the perfection of human nobility lies in the devotee being always within the sphere of devotion. So, as long as you are in this circle of devotion in your heart, you will never act in any way that is not right. A devotee is always concerned about disappointing his beloved. You love somebody, you don't want to disappoint them. You don't want them to look at you and feel nauseated, feel like, what is this person doing? You want them to love you. You want your beloved to respect you, love you, cherish you, admire you. Isn't that what all our hearts call for? So, the first quality of nobility is being a devotee. Look at how they are bringing it. So, you have to have love and devotion in your heart, and you never cross this sphere of love and devotion. So, the perfection of human nobility lies in the devotee being always within the sphere of devotion. And all things descend from the origin should be treated as coming from the same source. Everything is coming from the center, the divine, the ultimate. And what is this universal brotherhood? Just as children born of the same mother are related to each other in one and the same way, so also are all bound together by the same common ties of brotherliness and are related to each other in the same way. So we are all tied by this vibratory field. It is not just our thinking that we are brothers and sisters. There is a vibration that is tying us together as brothers and sisters. And that cannot be broken because we have the same origin. All are connected to the same reality, the central point. The same divinity exists in every heart. And because of the presence of this divine in every heart, the same divine, we are all brothers and sisters. What created this separation? It is our thoughts and actions that created the separation. We thinking that we are separate from each other, and we acting with selfishness and greed. Those are the things that separate people. People act in selfishness. They're like, oh, my family, my children. So this selfishness has to be removed. And when will that happen? When true love manifests in our heart. And when will true love manifest in our heart? When we remove all negativity from our feelings, when we break our individual network and remove the negativity, there is only love in ourselves because we are beings of love. We have just with thoughts and actions added negative things. So if we remove them, there is only love. We are beings of love. And in that state of love, we recognize and realize we are all brothers and sisters, and so there is no animosity. We act according to the need of the moment, responding from the heart and not reacting from our impressions. So it is our feelings of selfishness that alienate us from other human beings. This separative feeling is the root cause of our alienation, and this is one of the veils which enshrouds a devotee. So, in this journey, we have to tear many veils, many layers have to be crossed, and one of the main layer that is covering us as an illusion from that ultimate is this selfishness that is stopping this brotherhood. Universal brotherhood means breaking individual network and to tie as fraternity. What is a fraternity? A group of individuals believing in one good thing. So, whatever differences they are, they could be man, women, they could have different religions, different castes, different beliefs, but when they are from the same mother and same principles, they belong to that fraternity. So, the separation contributed to the individual network on account of which we lost consciousness of the currents that flow into every being appearing in the man in the form of feelings. So we completely lost this idea that I always talk about. Without this current electricity, none of the instruments work in your house. The same electricity is flowing in the light bulb, in the camera, in the computer, in your dishwasher, in your washing machine. When the power is gone, nothing works. If we don't realize that, when your washing machine is down and you're only trying to fix the washing machine without knowing that the power is out, we have separated ourselves. So also the divine thread is flowing in each individual, and if we know it and if we recognize it, then we are in this sphere of devotion where we don't hurt another heart, and we know they are our brothers and sisters. They're different, but still we are all one. So the separation contributed to the individual network, and we have to break this individual network, and on account of which we lost consciousness of the currents that flow into every being appearing in man in the form of feelings. The development of universal brotherhood means the breaking up of the individual network that separated one from the other, and the closer adherence to the tie of fraternity. So, that is our job, to break this individual network, that is, letting go of selfishness and greed. We all are connected with the same reality. At the center of our being, we are all connected with the same reality. This is the common source from which everything was set in motion at the time of creation. At the time of creation, there was a stir in the center. There was a latent motion created around the center, and from there everything happened. And that is where this states of beings of truth and simplicity and purity and innocence, all that exists there, also ignorance. And from there we all descended, and we all have the same seed of that purity, which has truthfulness, which has simplicity, which has love as basis. So this center exists in every cell and every atom in the universe. And this center also exists in every cell and every atom in our being also. That is why when we cleanse, we purify every cell and every atom. We create vacuity in every cell and every atom. When we are releasing negative tendencies that are putting a bar to our progress, we release them from every cell and every atom. And when we make intentions from that vibratory field of point A, manifesting positive traits, those traits are embedded into every cell and every atom, every nerve. So our thinking itself gets transformed. Reflection. Babaji Maharaj says, the world is a reflection of the higher worlds. In one of his statements, he says things that happen on the earth plane first happen in the Brahmanda Mandal, beyond the sixth point, cosmic region and the paracosmic region. And that is a reflection on the earth. It happens here. That is what Lord Krishna was able to show, what has already happened from that cosmic region to his disciple Arjuna. So this is all interconnected. What happens there affects us. What happens us here, negativity also gets affected there. So the world is a reflection of the other world. And when this one is molded properly, when the place that we are is molded properly, its effect extends on to the other world, and that too will get purified. This will smoothen our task and help us attain our ideal. That is why the masters are always focused on individual transformation. By each one of us maintaining this peace, maintaining this calmness, having feeling of love, having this brotherhood, having this simplicity, truthfulness, purity, we make a difference in this world, and this effect is given to the higher worlds. By the world that casts the reflection, I mean the Brahmanda or the astral world, the cosmic world, where everything happens as an astral form prior to it coming to this world in material shape. In the cosmic, the Brahmanda, it comes down similarly from the next higher region, and there from the still higher, and so on. So every layer affects the other. Like you look at the dominoes, you touch one, all the dominoes fall. That is a game for children. It is like a chain reaction. So what happens here affects the higher worlds and the other higher worlds and the other higher worlds. That is why the great masters work so hard, because when this balance is missing in the earth plane, it affects the universal balance. It is not limited to just us. That is why they're time after time they're coming to help us bring shift in our thought process. They work so hard so human beings can remove this revengeful animosity, greed, and selfishness from their hearts and truly become beings of love. And this feeling of love, this universal love, that is what creates true brotherhood. And when people are united for one cause of spreading this light, they are all belonging to one fraternity, and that light that affects this universe is going to affect the other universes. So thus the proper modification of this last layer, what is this last layer? Us, individual network, individual self, the effect is carried out to each of the higher layers successively up to the very highest one, which begins to get purified in the easiest and the most natural way. Brotherhood related to Atma Chakra. Atma Chakra is the soul point, the second point, which is 3.5 fingers below your right nipple. And that is the seat of the soul, Atma, the soul. So when you try to hurt someone who has the same godly soul in them, your soul and his soul are actually the same. So now ask yourself who is hurting whom. So that is why when you hurt somebody, immediately you also feel the same heaviness. You suffer the same pain. And a lot of times I noticed when I hurt somebody, I had to actually give them a sitting, pray and ask forgiveness. I may be right. I may be right in what I have done in my action, but still it hurt another soul. And you need to calm that because you are only hurting yourself. The same souls only look different because they have different persona arising out of karma. So it is like I'm the same person. One day I'm wearing the mask of a clown, another day I'm wearing a sad mask, another day I'm wearing an angry mask. It is the same person. So also each person is the same. We're all the same. We just have different mask on. So this awareness dawns upon us, this awareness that we are all one dawns upon us when we remain imbued in the deeper pools of Atma Chakra. What does it mean? When we are able to master this region of the soul, when we are able to meditate thoroughly and journey through this region with awareness, because Lala in autobiography of Lalaji Maharaj, Swami Vivekananda ji communicates to him and says, the method of removing the obstacles of spiritual progress was revealed. And he says, it is considered helpful in putting the plexus in proper order, and then change is automatic. Plexus in proper order. What are the plexus? These are the knots, these are the chakras. They are knotted in our individual network. When they, with cleaning, with proper right thinking and receiving the prana, these knots get unknotted. And when you are able to meditate at each chakra thoroughly, apart from your regular practice, that thoroughly absorbing, that is what revered Daji calls as AEIOU. What is this? Making this condition alive, enlivening it, imbibing it, becoming one with it, and unifying with it. What does it mean to us? How do we do that? So we have to take time at each chakra, meditating on each chakra, taking a month. This month I'm just meditating on point one at the center of the point, because all the elements exist, the five elements, the panchabhutas as they're called, they're all in each chakra. And as we meditate on each element in the chakra, which are located at different clock positions, we absorb the qualities of them, we become one with them. And then finally, the point comes to this absolute balance, which is akin to the ultimate balance. Where there is darkness is removed, light is removed, luminosity is removed, and the point is coming to a state of absolute balance. And then you are able to imbibe, you are one with that point. Only when we are completely one with that point, we have this love for other people. So a lot of times we think, oh, I'm up there in the seventh point, eighth point, 10th point, illusion. When there is negative feelings, continuous complaining, blaming others, criticizing others, correcting for a good purpose, bringing some fact to other people's awareness is right. But if you are continuously brooding on criticizing, blaming others, we can't cross this Atma chakra, because Atma is the soul, state of peace and love. Until we master this, true brotherhood cannot manifest in us. Many of those who pass this chakra miss out on the awareness of the universal brotherhood due to lack of acquiring the condition, enlivening it, imbibing it, and becoming one with it and unifying with it, says revered Daji. So, separation is an illusion, it's a veil. The phenomena of separation and identification is a part of the process of ego formation, and feeling of separation is part of our conditioning. We are conditioned to feel separation. So now we need to tear this veil of Maya. How do we do that? By deep meditation, mastering this Atma chakra. It is a veil of Maya that impacts every facet of our being. When we are wearing colored glasses, we can only see things colored. We have to remove these glasses. We have to remove layer after layer, peeling away all these veils, and that is what true sadhana is. So once this veil is peeled away, we recognize the reality that we are from the same source. We must accept and embody this if we are to become human. What can remove this separateness? Meditation with the pranahuti, the transmission. The purification and the infusion of love will expand the capacity for love and brotherhood. So, what is transmission doing? It is doing these two acts of purifying and infusing love. It is cleansing our every cell of our being. It's what is its cleansing? It's cleansing this separateness, this negativity, this hatred, jealousy, greed, all these things that are separating us. It is removing this oil from this water, so all the drops are the same. And once this is removed, infusion of love, the positive love is imbued into every cell of our being, and then the capacity to love and have brotherhood increases in every being. And that is why meditation with this prana, the life force, is so important. When we refine our earthly existence, as we are going through this school of earth, we have to refine our thoughts, behavior, our way of living, and then this effect is carried out into higher regions, all the way to the highest. We are multi-dimensional beings, and what we do in this layer affects all other layers. When we act in alignment with the universal principles, it transforms all the dimensions of our being, and this is true yogic science. So when Babaji said, know thy all people as thy brethren, first word is know. So what is knowing? Because it is the embodiment of the being. Knowledge. Without knowledge, you can't even move further. Without knowing the direction where you're going, you can't go anywhere. Knowledge is important, but that is not the be all and end all. Actual journey is the one once you have the knowledge. So knowing is brotherhood. The first aspect of the principle is know all people as thy brethren. Knowing is the realization that comes from a state of being and creates a perpetual shift that helps us make the choice between separation and unity. Knowing removes ignorance and resistance and brings enlightenment, clarity, and purity. So, the first step of enlightenment, clarity, and purity is knowing what is right, what is wrong. We are all brothers. First step is that. Knowing is bridge between being and doing. It acts as a bridge. Once you know from the depth of your being that we are all brethren, how will you treat others? Knowing is the embodiment of the being. Doing is the embodiment of knowing. So, embodying this universal brotherhood does not mean that we agree with everything others say or avoid confrontation at any cost. It does not mean we allow ourselves to be intimidated, taken advantage of. We cannot have true compassion for others unless we have compassion for ourselves. So, or can we love others unless we love ourselves? We are here to learn from one another. We are here to help and be helped. We grow only when we are fully engaged with others in healthy relationships with a mutuality of love and respect. That is why even recently Babaji, Revered Daji comments on this. Unless you are able to truly love your husband, your children, your family, how do you know how to love God? The very first basics, alphabets, if you don't know, how can you think that you're going to become a PhD? The basic alphabets are to be able to love your own people first. And but that doesn't mean that you have to be taken advantage of. When you have to be strict, you have to be strict. If somebody is continuously trying to cheat you out of money, a lot of times in families this happens, you have to put a stop somewhere. You help to the extent, Lalaji Maharaj's principle is, you give to the extent that if it is not returned, you don't feel sad. But the moment it starts bothering you, you should say, this is enough, I've given enough, this is enough. So when those people who are truly following the path of spirituality, they're able to follow that guidance from the heart and respond from the heart and know when to give, when not to give. And this we observe from our great masters. Sometimes he's very loving, sometimes he's so strict. Sometimes you can beg anything, but he's not giving because he knows when to give, when not to give. As we grow in practice, our awareness expands and true perception manifests, removing the separateness. What does it mean? How does awareness expand? As we master through each plexus, each chakra, we are mastering the qualities of the chakra. So when we master the first point, we are balanced. When we master the second point, true love, true brotherhood, true peace is there. When we master the third point, real love manifests. And when we master that fourth point, we come to that choiceless awareness, and we come to that state of humbleness, humility, and that awareness leads to, at the fifth point, to true discrimination, true awareness, and clear perception. And then when that clear perception is there, we naturally change our behavior. So embodying universal brotherhood, when we embody this principle, our lives transform in a fundamental way. We build meaningful relationships with our family, friends, colleagues, as well as the members of our community, humanity as a whole, and all life forms. We develop genuine love and compassion for others, even when the feelings are not reciprocated. Even those people do not reciprocate it, your heart is not disturbed. You are still in a state of peace and love. You are doing your duty to the extent that is possible, because we are all connected with the same reality. We are all one. And mastering this point one and point two, the earth point and the soul point, will help us acquire this state of awareness. And practices of point A meditation, where we are imbibing divine qualities, and also the 9 p.m. prayer will help master brotherhood. What is our 9 p.m. prayer? Because of this presence of the sacredness in every heart, that ultimate divinity, we are all brothers and sisters. And all real love, real faith, real devotion, it is developing in me as well as all my brothers and sisters of the whole world. And this feeling of peace is in me, and this peace is in all my brothers and sisters. And by making these intentions together at 9 p.m., wherever we are, a group of people coming together, creating a powerful vibration. Imagine this vibration affecting the cosmic region, the paracosmic region, affecting the ultimate, and how proud the great elders will be because they see the shift in the earth plane. So, this is the brief presentation of understanding. Let us all now meditate. Close your eyes softly. Take a deep breath and let go. Feel grounded to the earth. Feel the healing energy from Mother Earth enter into your being. And begin with relaxing your toes, feet, ankles, and your legs. Be aware of your legs. Relax your legs. Take another deep breath and let go gently. Feel the energy flow into your knees, into your thighs, into your hips. Feel firmly grounded in the seat. Feel the free flow of energy flowing there, relaxing you. Take another deep breath and let go. Feel the energy flow into your lower back and into your upper back. Relax your entire back. Keeping your spine erect, bring your awareness to your stomach muscles. Feel the energy flow there. Take a deep breath and let go gently. Feel the energy flow into your chest. Relax your chest. Bring your awareness to your fingers. Feeling the energy, relax your fingers, palm, wrists, lower arms, elbows, and upper arms. Feel the free flow of energy flowing in your hands, relaxing your hands. Take another deep breath and let go gently. Your hands are completely relaxed. Bring your awareness to your shoulders. Feel the stress melting away. Relax your shoulders. Consciously relax your neck, jaws, facial muscles. Deeply relax your eyes, eyebrows, temples, and forehead. Relax your tongue. Feel joy on your face. Feel your brain is resting. Your mind is calm. Your body is completely relaxed. Bring your awareness to your heart. Feel your heart. Enter your sacred space. Bring yourself to a state of humbleness in prayer. This deep humbleness creates vacuity in our heart. Feel this vacuum spread into every cell of your being. From this place of your heart, make the intention. The source of light is present within you. The light from the source is illuminating your entire being. Your mind is drawn to this light. Your mind is resting in the light. The ocean of light, the ocean of love is in you. You are a drop submerged in this ocean. Rest in the light with utmost reverence. Let us deeply pray that feeling of brotherhood strengthens in each one of us. Rest in the light. Let's meditate. That's all. Feel the calmness spread throughout your being. From this place of calmness, make the intention. All my senses are in a state of balance. They have arrived at their original character. All my feelings are in silence. Every cell in my being is imbued with the feeling of love and gratitude. Every cell in my being is absorbing the silence. Feel the calmness spread throughout your being. You may open your eyes when you are ready. Thank you all for joining the meditation today, and thank you for participating in our Heartfulness community channel. We will see you all next week. Thank you. Bye now.